I know you feel distant right now. Your high school graduation ceremony feels more like a sigh of relief than a call for celebration. But I encourage you to celebrate. You made it this far. Know that none of your relationships stayed the same, just like you knew they wouldn't. I know by senior year you had something to say about endings. You had a faith in purpose, even if you couldn't articulate it yet. I hold on to those words as I tell you this. Sometimes things fall apart to fall into place. I know you're not thinking about 2008, but today, on your college graduation day, you're grateful for all the doors that loss has opened up. You lean on that younger self, for whom an eviction felt like an adventure. You are relearning how powerful and how soothing it is to be all in this together. And college has showed you that you can be all in this together, even when you, your friends, and your loved ones are far apart. These next 4 years will be an adventure unlike you've ever imagined. I hope you hold on to your sense of wonder and your easy whimsy that makes the walks to the markets on Saturdays in Costa Rica and your first experiences with compost piles feel like the magical realism you first encountered in books. Let those experiences shape you, and don't let that thought go unheard. It is a struggle for you throughout, but never stop trying to take up space. It has been provided for you. Use it to grow. These next 4 years will challenge you to think differently about yourself and the world around you. Let it. Eavesdrop as many conversations as you can. Find the boldness to intrude on one. Surprise yourself with how much you can actually apply. Know that learning happens everywhere, with anyone, and a moment is only as valuable as you allow it to be. Get ready to process. Readings, presentations, thoughts and feelings attached to experiences, joyful and painful. Get ready for a vault of those experiences that you've already put on the shelf to sort through on another day. Know that discovery, clarity, understanding comes with time. Be gentle with yourself. Make room for silences. Sit in them. Savor them like the whole rotisserie chickens you ate throughout the weeks in Florence, bones and all.
Oh, there's like a little drainage system in this scene.
When you feel like giving up,
Sorry.
remember all the shoulders you're standing on, all the prayers lifted on your behalf. Remember the source of your strength. These next 4 years, your life will change in a bunch of unexpected ways, leaving you feeling unprepared and scared. Times like these, you will learn that you can lean on community, on your friends, on your family, on your professors, to help you make sense of these changes, to remind you that you aren't alone. Never were. You can look forward to belonging, to loving and being loved fiercely. Remember process, remember patience, and always, always stay grateful. With so much love from the future. Aaleah.
Don't hold back, I wanna break free. Got it singing through your body, and I'm carried by the sound. Every drum, every single beat, they were born from your body, and I'm carried by the sound. Oh, love will never break the shape we take. Oh, baby, let all them voices slip away.
I remember sitting at my high school's library, opening my email to see I got accepted into LIU Global, like it was yesterday. Here's what I would say to that young person about to jump into her first year and become a part of the class of 2020. Dear Nicole, you've been longing for a lot of things. I know you've been longing to get out, learn everything you don't already know, and see everything you haven't seen. You've loved the feeling you've gotten when you've traveled and became family with those people in 2 minutes, but then discouraged when those experiences end after a few weeks. I know you've been longing to find a home all your life, after spending every week of your life switching between 2 homes and living out of a duffel bag to make sure you didn't forget your gym uniform at your dad's next time. Little do you know, you are going to continue living out of a duffel bag. Actually a suitcase or backpack rather, for the next 4 years. Little do you know, you're about to see so much, as well as learn and unlearn so much that you want to spend hours ranting to your mom every single time she picks you up from the airport about how Dr. Chippenberry blew your mind when explaining the history of Afro-Costa Rican culture in Limon, and how in Yunnan, when Lu Wei taught you about mainland China's extreme impact on Tibet and minorities in rural China. Or how Marcel, in the most badass way possible, broke down the issues surrounding indigenous people's fight for right to their land and sea. Little do you know that you're about to see and do so much, your heart won't be able to stop beating rapidly with excitement until you're passed out on the airport floor with your class from packing too late the night before for your trip to Beijing. From packing palm seeds in Cope Silencio, Costa Rica, and looking at the stars in Bocas del Toro, Panama, to climbing the Great Wall of China after eating the best Peking duck your taste buds have ever met, and crying so hard while watching the intense movie on Happiness Road in Taiwan, and having late-night language exchanges with other international students at Zhejiang University. Little do you know that you're going to fall in love with the influence of arts on people's identities and personal empowerment, as well as find a passion for filmmaking in Brooklyn, New York. You'll be snorkeling with massive stingrays on the Great Barrier Reef and creating social enterprises in Bali with local Balinese students while finishing up your research proposal, while also getting a rash. To then end up in New York City for your final year, interning with an amazing arts for social justice organization. And even though you'll be doing all these amazing things and living in places you've been dreaming about, those really even aren't the best things about these 4 years. It's Sam, and Bailey, and Sarah, Marissa, Tara, Jesse, Rob, Loaf, Leah, Jesse, Gwen, Nora, Zainab, Katrina, Osmond, Susie, Serena, Portia, Ari, Regina, Row, Fiona, Daniela, Celie, Julia, and Leah. Along with amazing staff, professors, advisors, class speakers, host families, and new friends that will not only guide you along your way, but be by your side. These are the people, your people. Maria is going to look at your class during your freshman year orientation and tell you to look around, because at the end of the day, through all of this, this is not only your class, but your family. And those words will stick true to your class, Nicole. And these insanely funny and crazy humans that make up this group are going to be just that, your family. You are about to have some of the best days of your life. Days when Bailey's laugh echoes through the room. Days when you all tell stories around a campfire until your stomachs ache of laughter. Many sunrises to get everyone up for, and many sunsets to dance the night away to. And on bad days, well, there's this quote by famous producer Clarence Avant that you've actually become obsessed with recently, which is, I don't have problems, I have friends. And that pretty much sums it up. And that says something, because you are about to experience some really rough and really low points. But guess who was there during all of it? Them. These weird humans that accept you for exactly who you are because they've seen you in your most raw version of self. So, to the young Nicole that is staring at her acceptance letter to Global, wondering what these next 4 years are about to bring, it's something honestly so special that these words in this video can never do it justice, because it's a feeling. The feeling you get coming out of a global class, the feeling you get when you can order your favorite meal in Spanish or Mandarin for the first time, the feeling you get when you and Celia scheme to prank everyone on a class trip, the feeling you get when you dance the night away with Loaf and Leah in Hangzhou, the feeling you get when you hug your classmates after not seeing them all summer, and the feeling you get when you are sobbing because you, Ari and Serena, are going through a rough time and Aaleah holds you tight in your little Brooklyn apartment's kitchen. As I write this letter, at the end of my 4 years in Global, I'm pretty jealous that you're about to have all these feelings for the very first time. Hold on to those feelings and those moments. I know I will.